markets to queer media.
That's not cynical. I actually agree 100%. It's what you're saying is you have to speak to the publishers in a language they understand. Like you had mentioned Ta-Nehisi on Black Panther. If Ta-Nehisi came to Black Panther and it won a ton of awards, but did not open to 300,000 plus units, which is the best-selling comic of last year.
Which was what?
Black Panther.
Oh, it was?
One of them. It was over 300.
See, but I thought it was boring.
Regardless,
yeah.
Not. So, but the point is, like, so we as like the communities can get excited that he's there, but the way that it continues to happen and happens more is by speaking the language they understand, which is 300,000 plus units, which is, as you said, cynical and gross, but it is right now the system that we're working in. Awards don't matter, sadly. You know, every book I've written with a queer character has won an award somewhere, but it's still a fight every time I pitch one because it hasn't won a cash award.
Right. But actually, but what you were saying earlier, one of the reasons we brought that up was what Claremont did with X-Men, and like is launched what we understand to be the X-Men now, which was not what Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created. So you know, you could argue that he really did open up a huge. You can finish that because you said that earlier.
That's fine.
I was just going to build off of everything and say, with people of color, we are starting to see a lot of creators who are people of color writing characters of color, and in history it wasn't necessarily that. So we're starting to see more authentic representations of the various cultures involved. With gender and sexuality in regards to representation, do we need to see straight creators writing these characters, or given our current awareness of representation issues, is it better for queer producers to continue to just keep pushing? Do we want to start advocating that straight creators start writing queer characters for mainstream?
I think if anybody's woke, then they can do anything. So I don't.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's not a zero-sum game. The straight creators and their straight stories don't go away.
Right. No.
If you make room for queer, people of color, whoever it is, it's just more out there.
Well, I guess it's more the question of, is there, because there is so much discussion about writing authentically and writing from a place of what you know, is it okay for straight creators to write queer characters and write comic books that are led by queer characters, or characters that are not on the sexuality or gender binary, for example, which is something we don't really see as far as
you know, on the LGBTQIA acronym, basically the further to the right you are in that acronym, the less representation you get.
Yes.
You know, so lesbians get a lot more than gays, who get more than bisexual people, who get more than transgender.
It's a whole other question I have for after.
Get more than intersex and than asexual. And one of the things that I had asked earlier was this whole chicken or egg. Do we need to have more queer creators in order to get more queer characters, or do we need more queer characters to get more queer creators, because there's clearly representation issues among the creators?